Welcome back to another English lesson. This is not going to be a fun one. This is super sad. According to many reports, Israel bombed an elementary school in Iran, a school that only girls went to, young girls. It's very hard to find this news here in the United States, so I have picked a story from Al Jazeera. The reporter you will see has an accent. To me, a native English speaker, she is very easy to understand, but as an English learner, her accent might be difficult. Luckily, there are subtitles. Israel has done this before, right? In 2025, many civilians were killed in Gaza. Civilians, those are people not in the military. We don't know the numbers. I've heard the number could be as high as 70,000. Many experts say that Israel bombs indiscriminately. That's a term you might hear on the news. It means they just don't care. They're not precise with their bombing. I would like to think my government is precise. I know there are mistakes that will be made. I just hope there aren't many mistakes. Let's watch the first part of the news clip, and then I will come back and teach you all of the difficult words they used.
This satellite image shows the extent of the damage to the Supreme Leader's office and plumes of smoke that we are seeing. Reuters news agency has said the Supreme Leader was not in Tehran at the time of the attack. But the biggest casualty we are seeing is down here in the south in Minab. Here's what's happened. A girls' elementary school was hit.
Glasses are going on because we are getting serious. For each of these terms, I will have the official definition. I will show you a picture and I will use it in a sentence. So this first one is satellite. You might see these on the ground, but in the news report, they were talking about the satellites in the sky, like the one in the picture. Here's the official definition. A machine sent into space or orbit, which means floating in the air around the Earth, orbit the Earth, used for communication, GPS, or taking pictures. Here's the sentence. The satellite sent images of the battlefield to the president. Next, we have the extent or to the extent, the official definition, the size, the amount or limit of something, how far something goes. And hopefully the bombing of innocent people in Iran will not happen at a large extent or to a large extent. Here is a picture and here is a sentence. It was too dark to see the extent of the damage to the car. Next, we have plumes of smoke. I think that is fun to say. Plumes of smoke, not fun to see after a bombing, but plumes of smoke. These are tall, thick clouds of smoke rising into the air from a fire. After the explosion, we could see dark plumes of smoke in the sky from miles away. And I'm sure I do feel sorry for the people of Iran. Their government might be horrible. I think they're pretty bad, but I think the people are amazing. And I know that Iran is bombing its neighbors. Other countries are getting into this war, and it's scary to me, maybe to you as well. An elementary school. I think this is an American term. I think in British English, it's called something else. I'm not sure what it's called. Maybe a primary school? That could be wrong. But in American English, an elementary school is a school for young children, usually starting around age 5 or 6. My little brother is learning how to read at his elementary school. And by the age of about 12, people in the United States will go on to middle school, we might say. So these girls, and it may be as many as 200. This lesson or this newscast you're watching is from a couple days ago, but I think the number is up to 200. So 200 little girls under the age of 12 were bombed. I mean, I don't think it gets any sadder than that. As a father, just I think as a human being, makes me really sad. Foreign minister, we are going to talk about the Secretary of State. They do not say this in the newscast, but they mention Iran's foreign minister. US, we call that the Secretary of State. Let's talk about what the foreign minister is: a government official in charge of dealing with other countries. The foreign minister traveled to France to sign a new trade agreement. And here we have the American version, the Secretary of State. That man, his name is Marco Rubio. And the definition is pretty much the same. In the United States, this is the top government official who deals with foreign affairs. So other countries, not domestic affairs that would be inside a country or inside the United States. The US Secretary of State met with leaders in Europe to discuss peace. We need some peace right now, don't we? Dozens is next. Dozens. I watched a video from Syria a couple days ago, and there was a woman. She was a tour guide, and she was giving a tour of Damascus, and her English was great. I'm sure she was a native Arabic speaker, but she kept saying tens of people, tens of this, tens of that. In American English, we don't usually say tens of something, even though it makes sense. You might hear dozens instead. So let's get the official definition for dozens: a lot of something. A dozen is 12. So dozens means many groups of 12. There were dozens of people waiting in line to buy concert tickets.
The Iran foreign minister says children are among dozens of people who have been killed. Now, from this satellite image, we gather all these are houses. It's a residential stretch. And on this side, agricultural land. We're not sure why the school was hit and if there are any military installations around here. Now, Iran, for its part, says it will retaliate and has been retaliating by targeting US military bases right across the stretch. So we've seen explosions that have been reported throughout the day. We've seen missile interceptions that have also been taken place. Now, Iran, for its part, says it will attack Israel and has launched missiles into Israel. Weeks of tensions, weeks of diplomacy, and weeks of military buildup has now resulted in this.
Next, we have residential. Residential. This is an area where people live in houses or apartments, not where businesses or factories are. That would be more like industrial. That's almost like the opposite of residential. Let's get a sentence. Please drive slowly because this is a residential neighborhood with playing children. They also mentioned a stretch of residential area, or in a minute, we'll talk about a stretch of agricultural land. So here I used a stretch of road, but it could be pretty much any piece of land that goes on for a little bit. Let's get the official definition: a continuous straight section of road or highway or land. Be careful driving at night on that dark stretch of road. Agriculture. When you hear that, think farming, just like the picture. Here is the definition: land that is used for farming, growing crops, or keeping animals. The farmer bought more agricultural land so he could grow more wheat, and wheat is what is in the picture. They talked about a military installation. I thought that might be kind of a hard word to say. Military installation. That is a base, camp, or building owned and used by the Army, Navy, or Air Force. Civilians are not allowed to enter the military installation without permission. And I watched many news stories about this subject before picking this one to show you. And in another one, they mentioned how at one time, About 15 years ago, there was a military installation right next to the high school, but it hasn't been there for about 15 years. So it sounds like Israel needs to update its intelligence or they are going to keep bombing schools. Retaliate, retaliate. This is what is making the war get bigger and bigger. To attack or do something bad to someone because they did something bad to you first. If one country attacks another, the second country will usually retaliate. So that is what is happening. The US and Israel attack Iran, they retaliate. They kill some of our soldiers, we get mad, we retaliate. So it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And when I say we, I mean my government. I am not part of this war. They talked about interceptions in the newscast. Let's talk about what these are. Stopping or catching someone or something before it reaches its destination. The city's air defense system made several successful missile interceptions last night. And I heard it was way more expensive to produce these interceptors, these missiles that go up into the air and blow these missiles up before they can reach the ground. They are way more expensive than the actual missiles. So every time Iran launches a missile, it costs way more money to intercept that missile. This is a phrase native English speakers use quite a bit, and I wanted to make sure you knew what it meant. Have been taking place. It kind of doesn't make sense on its own, but it is a phrase meaning something started happening in the past and is still happening right now. Loud protests have been taking place in the city center all week. City center all week. Yeah, that sounds better. Maybe I should read that sentence again. Loud protests have been taking place in the city center all week. Oh, I don't know. For the last 50 years or so, there has been tension between the United States and Iran, tension between Iran and Israel. Let's talk about what tension is. A feeling of worry, anger, or lack of trust between people or countries. There is a lot of tension between the two teams right now before the game. Wow, the world could use more diplomacy right now, right? Let's talk about what diplomacy means. The skill of managing relationships and making agreements between different countries. The leaders used diplomacy and long talks to stop the war from starting. If you want to watch all of the English lessons that have to do with this war between the United States and Iran, they're right down there. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.